Hello everybody, I'm SJM. Welcome back to Prominence. If you take a look down at my experience bar, you can see we managed to figure out how to get experience. My friend Jangro, I will put a link to his playlist, but on this, because he's playing this pack now, figured out some enchantments to put on a weapon so that you can get some decent experience. So we're looking at the Soul Devourer and Knowledge of the Ages enchantments. So Soul Devourer multiplies experience gained from a kill, and combined with the Knowledge of the Ages, enemy drops are directly converted into experience. Now we could also add looting on there to increase the amount of drops, which then increases the amount of experience from knowledge, which then gets tripled or whatever the multiplier is by the Soul Devourer enchantment. So we're looking to maximize experience. That's probably what we're gonna want to do. Now the big issue on this is how this is kind of neat in itself and a great way for getting experience, but the trick is having a mob spawner set up for it, right? Because we want to be able to maximize the number of mobs that we get per hour so that we can spend less time idling at our mob farm. And the other trick I guess I did is I threw all this onto my Lich Blade with the AoE, so I don't even have to swing this weapon, so it will never run out of durability. So it's kind of a permanent weapon that I've got for doing that. Those of you who have been watching all of my episodes have noted this structure that I've been in a couple of times. And I've repurposed the top of it precisely because I remembered, there's 4 spawners up there, so that's really handy, right? 4 spawners in one place. Well, it turns out that those 4 spawners, in addition to some other discoveries while tearing this apart to repurpose it for my farming purposes, there's 20 spawners in this structure. And so I'll take you through them as we go here. So there's one inside this little guy. So this is kind of the one that probably would get left out by somebody who wanted to maximize everything. And then over here you can see this is where I was originally going to drop the chamber down into, but decided against it eventually. And there's 4 spawners in this area. So 1, 2, 3 on screen there, and the 4th one back in that corner. We come up to the study area. Yes, study is what this room is called. Nothing special here. But when we get up to the bedroom, I never realized this before. I came across a couple of mobs up here before, but never realized it. But we can't quite get the camera to go there. So that's walking in this camera is always fun. All right, I'm just switching back. I'm just switching back here. Up above. All right, why can't I go back up there? There's 2 spawners up here. So I haven't incorporated these ones in yet, but these ones would be really simple to incorporate. The 4 down there would probably just need a bubble elevator to bring it up here. I'm not fully versed in spawning mechanics, but you'd have to be within a certain range of all of the spawners for them to work, right? We'll just let those guys fight it out amongst themselves. And when we come up the back stairs here to the enchanting area, remember on top there was the 4 spawners in the room with the 416 chests. Well, 8 chests and 8 barrels. Well, as I was digging out that area, I found I went right to the top to dig everything out and found that on the very top there are actually 8 more spawners up here. And there was, so 2, 4, 16, no, 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 more chests and 8 spawners in the very tippy top of the tower here. So doing my simple little setup here, I just made a box with 2 floors for spawning, and then the associated water with some signs to stop the water, to drop them down to a killing area. So just with 12 spawners running for this setup, and it literally only takes me 10 minutes to get 80 levels or so. So all of these drops that are here were because they were killing each other. So obviously I didn't get any experience for a lot of them. And then the one tricky thing that I found while AFKing here is that when nighttime comes, these little mages start coming after you too. So some of them drop into the killing chamber area here. But if you truly want to AFK in this structure, you got to lock yourself in. So I locked myself into this area completely, and then just put on the blade. And if we look there, that's like a couple of skeletons come down, and even at level 90, we're like there, half a 90, just like 25% of 90 there because we converted the drops. So this is absolutely insane experience generation. I've already done a run on this and gotten a lot of my sea shelves and hell shelves enchanted. So this is all kind of gravy for enchanting moving forward. So the other huge discovery that Jangro made for us, and I will just get on out of here now while it's quiet. I love this little tower over here. This would be such a cool place to live if it wasn't just stocked full of spawners everywhere. Where do I have? I got all sorts of stuff stored up everywhere. So the soul stars. These are the things that we need to get the first boss, the Night Lich. These things act like Eyes of Ender. Why are you pointing this way? They never break. I've never had one of these guys break. And this one's actually pointing me in a direction different than the first one. So I went and found the first Lich Tower off in this direction somewhere, and this one's telling me there's one off in this direction somewhere. But if I look over this way, this one's 6,666, almost got it to 0.6 blocks away. Even from my home base back there, it's about 8,000. So So that was a long haul to go for that lich tower up here. But thankfully there is a village here with a teleporter. So I'll be able to transport there, and we'll go up and fight the lich after we do some enchanting after the fact. But I kind of want to go after this one now and see how far away this one is. Do I have another spare? Yes, I do have another spare waystone, so would not be of any detriment to actually go and find this one. I guess the only thing about having this on my weapon right now with the knowledge of the ages is if I wanted to kill this Enderman, there's no way I can get an Ender Pearl. So do not put those enchantments, well, the knowledge of the ages anyway, on your main exploration weapon, or if you're looking to farm drops from certain mobs, like Enderman. Obviously, we need lots of Ender Pearls. Because, yeah, you won't get any after putting it on there. I am just going to follow this around, and we'll bring you back when I get to this lich tower over here, because I think it would be kind of neat to have two lined up and ready to fight, and we could do 2 fights in one episode. Would be interesting. Kind of want to do one with the melee skills, but I don't at the same time after watching Jangro fight him. Seems very toxic to try and fight that guy in melee, but wouldn't be impossible, right? Anywho, enough of you guys watching me traverse the countryside. We'll bring you back when I get within range or find something interesting along this path. I guess I forgot to point out my new food source. I found a piece of eternal beef, which is basically from artifacts, it's a piece of, just like a piece of steak, or not steak, but just like a regular piece of raw beef. And then you cook it up in a furnace and it'll act just like a regular piece of steak, only it never gets used up. But it does have a cooldown on it. So it's not great if you need to do a lot of, eat a lot of food for some healing, but you just need a little bit of healing. It's amazing, and it's obviously great for me running around the countryside because it provides quite a bit of saturation. I'm not even going to bother. That's interesting. Have I seen one of these? Concrete. Not sure I've seen one of these villages before. Aha, found the only thing that matters though. Not even going to set a waypoint here, I'm just taking it. Oh! It's a pillager tower in the middle of this town. That's unfortunate for these guys. Lucky for me, because it was a free waystone. And I'm just gonna keep on trucking because there's not really any loot in here that would be... Like, the most exciting loot would be a spare piece of Simply Swords gear to melt down for runes, right? Anyways, bring you guys back in a little bit. Especially since I know that I'm going to be going into a lot of snow-filled biomes. I always keep a pair of leather boots. Oh, did I? No, I dropped them off? No! That's horrible. Or did I wear them and they got broken by combat? Ah, that's where I put them. That's a better place to keep them. Keep your leather boots in your cosmetic slot, and that way you always have them and they don't suck up a position on you. Alright, well, we don't need them anymore, so let's just switch them back. My diamond booties. Okay, it's not pointing there, so that's not it. It's glad, because that looks nothing like a lich tower. That is extremely interesting, and all those icons on the mini-map, they look like illagers, frozen illagers. Yep, it is. Frostologers. Oh, I don't want this. I wanted the advancements. Oops. Nothing here looks frosty. So I need an undead fortress and a... Okay. Yeah, just one more left in the Youngs. That looks frosty, but that's not it. Yeah, not sure what advancement that one was belonging to. Which way are we going again? If you ever lose your star, this happens to me a few times now and again, just look for the red dot on the mini-map. Won't help you if it lands underwater, but can definitely help you up top. Ah, there it is. This is what we're looking for. This is Ye Old Lich Tower. So this Lich fight is going to be a nightmare. Because at least the other one is somewhat in an area with some solid ground. Whereas this is just right out on the water. A little bit of solid ground over there, but not really. Maybe if we could lure him over this way to fight. This would be a good place to try to do the melee version. And this one's just drenched in water everywhere. That's not ideal either. At any rate, Lich 2 is what we'll call this one. And, oh yeah, Lich Town was the town I had discovered close by the other one. Just only 500 blocks to go to this guy. I'll bring you back when we get there.